Hey, what's going on, everybody? Margie Nolan here. Welcome to Lab Work episode 6. It's been a couple of months, and yeah, I've been jonesing to make a vid. I've just been real busy, you know how it goes, and I really haven't been able to do a lot of stuff with my hobby-wise in the past 2-3 months. So it's good to make a video, good to be back. It's good to see a lot of people in the community, Diostructure, A.C.B.A communities, making a lot of cool videos that I've got to catch up on the past 2-3 weeks, and that definitely helped me get off my ass and make a video. But this video is basically just going to go through some simple things, just some pickups and a dial that I worked on, as you see there. So yeah, as you see here, there's not a lot of the new Guardians of the Galaxy wave, which as much as I am a fan, wasn't pumped about the wave, not impressed. I mean, Drax is real cool, Star-Lord looks great, and Groot, but jeez, they really let me down with Rocket. And like, why? I just don't get it. Like, why would I can't even get into it. That's a whole different rant video I should make. But basically, what I do like right off the rip from that wave, and the best thing that I like, my favorite thing that I had to pick up was, boom, this Nova. That Nova's looking good. I love the paint job. I like the just everything about the figure. I like. I really can't say too much about it. I'm glad I picked it up. But yeah, just some couple pickups that I got back there. You know, much thanks to Bob Joint. I made up a little simple L dial for Bob. We agreed to it a couple of months ago, and he was very patient with me, and whipped up a dial for him in about a month or so, and sent it out to him a couple of weeks ago, and we had a little deal. I finally got that Red Skull and an Electro, and of course, so pumped about this Boba Fett that I snagged from good old Bob, well, that he snagged for me. As you see here, that's just a little poncho that I made. I don't know, I just wanted to change up his look a little bit. Maybe some sort of like expanded universe or whatever. But yeah, I gave him a little poncho. You know, that's how I do it. I like to mess with my figures and give them different looks. Nothing too crazy, but you know, just switch up the look. I think that's something you could definitely see Boba wearing, you know, out and about. But yeah. So yeah, real happy. You know, the Electro, you know, these two guys, they are what they are. You know, I don't really have to get into those guys, but let me just pull back. I'm actually on the floor, recording from the floor, because my regular setup just doesn't have the rung. But as you can see here, I kind of got into my roots. I think a lot of people in the community's roots started off with these guys, and same thing with Marvel Universe, you know, something that I've had over the years and then traded away, sold, and then got back into collecting again. And so you could definitely say over the past year or so, actually 2-3 years, I've been slowly building a small Joe collection. But these are just 3 of the newest that I have. Cobra Commander, he's that one that came with the alternate head. And these 2 canisters of Doom, something that's a can of death, just death. The Cobra Vipers came with that. I actually painted the Cobra Vipers, these dudes. Picked up a couple of these guys because they're just so awesome. I think this is those are the 30th anniversary or something of the sort. But yeah, you can't beat that. I'm really a big fan of the 25 and the 35th anniversary Joe line. But yeah, that's just a little newspaper I made up, you know, for MU Joe scales. And but yeah, these Cobra Vipers, these Hazard Vipers, I'm sorry, they're just so cool looking, man. They're just so cool looking. Had to pick up a couple of those. Oh, you can get. Look at that angle. Look at these guys. I'll get to these 2 in a minute. But yeah, you know, I don't know. I guess since I really wasn't feeling the Guardians wave, I've been kind of, going back to my roots, checking out Joe's stuff, and this, that, and the other thing. But this little thing right here comes from some, those knockoff Joes that you see at Walmart, and so I grabbed the fig for that thing. And these were actually on sale for like $5 something at Walmart. I hate to say that I shop at Walmart, but it is what it is. I do feel kind of guilty because I don't agree with how they treat their employees and what they pay them. But anyways, that's a different story. But these are called like adventure wheels or something like that, and they just fit perfectly with that scale. I'm just gonna try to move him back. Oh yeah, I can't. Hold on. I just don't want to knock everything down. Domino effect. Alright. So yeah, this is the car. Boom. And they were like $5 and some change. And I think they really go good with this scale. And this one too. I think oh yeah, there we go. And it begins. I'm just gonna get him out of the way. And if it's perfect with the dial that I just made, that I'll get to in a bit, but yeah, you can grab those adventure wheels. They're real cool. All right. So I guess I'll mention these two bad boys right here. Ever since I've actually wanted these Sentinels, a couple of these guys, for quite some time, and I just never pulled the trigger. But I had to. Long story short, now I got a couple of them. I love them. I had my doubts about the X-Men Days of Future Past, but after seeing that flick, I was just really pumped about how the Sentinels weren't portrayed. I wish they had a little bit more, the traditional design, but that movie in a whole was just so awesome, and definitely made me pick up a couple of these bad boys, because I was just like, I want some Sentinels. And of course, since getting into A.C.B.A. and checking out everything on the album, on the album pages, always been a fan of Boog's X-Men vs. Sentinel picks. He's done some with Mini-Mates, he's done some with MUs and stuff, and Legends, and love all his Sentinel vs. X-Men picks. So his picks were definitely inspiration for probably posting some Sentinel vs. X-Men picks in the near future on the A.C.B.A. page. So definitely look out. So yeah, those are those two. Like I said earlier, I have a habit of selling, getting rid of, and then recollecting certain lines. And this is just a couple of the newest MUs that I for some time, I've wanted to build an X-Men team, a small MU X-Men team, and to do battle with a couple of these guys. And by the way, I got to get one more. I got to do at least 3. So one more is definitely going to be on the way soon. But yeah, I'm back into the MU scene, and just because like Boog said actually in one of his last videos, that not only are they cool, but you can just do so more, a lot different displays and setup because of their size. And you can just work on a smaller level, an easier level, and pull off some cool shots. And these figures look great, man. I do gotta say, I'm a big fan. Big fan. I'm gonna pick up a few more of these bad boys. But yeah, alright, just gonna wrap this up for right now, this segment anyways, and on the next segment I'm gonna get into this dial real quick for about 6-7 minutes or so, probably 10, and how I made it, what's it all about, this, that, and the other thing. So yeah, stay tuned. Alright, we're back, and this is my quarter of a piece of a building here, dial. I wanted to do something to complement the Sentinels, and for something for 3 3/4 inch scale, something small, versatile, that basically I had these two parts. It's basically 2 parts foam board and I had them laying around, and I was looking at them, and I had the Sentinel in the mail, and I was just like, I could probably make a building out of these. And kind of got a little bit of inspiration from the X-Men animated series, and boom, a couple weeks later I have this. And so basically, just, you know, your typical building. That is just some wood to give it kind of like a concrete look, and then I haven't done the door yet. Just kind of gave it a generic black look. Gave it an address, as you can see. As you can't see because I keep getting in the way of the light, but you know, I gave it an address. window shades, messy window. I think I'm just gonna turn it into like a bar or something. Been looking on the internet of things, of bar signs and stuff like that. So over here, as you can see, kind of have. Actually, I'm just gonna move it. And the reason why I have the turtles here is real quick. It's just to show you, even though that, you know, on close-ups, this is in scale to say a Joe fig. You can always use something in that scale. You know, just use perspective. Perspective is something that, you know, you gotta know. You gotta, you know, see. Even though these are completely out of scale close, you know what I mean? A little bit of perspective goes a long way, and the building looks like it's in the foreground, and the turtles are just walking away from it. So what I like about this little dial here is that it works both ways. You can do it for the 6-inch figs, 3 3/4. All depends on the perspective, angle, all that fun stuff. So yeah, pretty happy on how it turned out. And you know, that piping that you see there is basically just some straws, and yeah, I'm just gonna grab it. But yeah, these were shit, spare parts. Now the inside is nothing pretty, you know what I mean? Like I said, I had this piece, I had that piece, and this is just something that came out of it. The floor here for the actually a small slither of rooftop, and that's a cutoff pen to look like, you know, PVC piping. And this fan was actually something that Skiffile, EJ, big up to EJ. Have a Batmobile that I repainted, and I wanted to give it turbines, and he recommended these things, and they're from like yogurt and kid snacks and stuff like that. So I picked up some of these, sanded them, repainted them. I didn't end up using them for the turbines on my Batmobile, because after the repaint I was just happy with it. But lo and behold, months later, they look perfect for some fans. And I remember me and Todd Ortiz were on the same page, because we both were talking about how that, you know, when I posted a picture of these things, or we were looking at them online, and he's just like, yeah, those are perfect for some fans. So Todd, make some of these up. These things are really cool. They look perfect for fans. And if you do, this is the twist part, and it's real easy to pop off when you twist it. So when if you're twisting it to use it for a fan, be very easy that this part doesn't come off, because it adds to the fan effect, as you can see there. So gives it a little base. So yeah, that's it for my sliver of rooftop here that I can probably bust out a couple shots with, you know, with some 3 3/4 inch figs, or even the Nickelodeon Turtles. Probably pull something off. But yeah, you know, it breaks down. You know, this is loose. And this is just some magnets, you know, good old magnets. Same thing. I added in this little base right here. So I added in these little pieces of wood to kind of give it some sturdiness, a bit of an aligned base. And I know nothing of building. This is just straight up off the cuff. And This window here is just from big up to Al Figs. I hit him up. I was at Michael's, the local craft store, and I was looking for stuff for a window, and I'm just like, man, what the hell am I gonna use? I was just drawing a blank, because like I said, I've never done a building before, and he hit me up and he was just showed me a picture of mint on card fig, and I was just like, perfect. So that's my window. This is just some craft wood, and but yeah, you know, I have a piece that, you know, I may do something on the inside here. I saved this kind of like ground piece, as you can see here, that I probably wouldn't use for a ground. I'd probably use it as a second floor, kind of align it with the window there, and get that out of it. Get a little two-story building effect, but you know, that's a maybe. I kind of just made this for, you know, it started off something just real quick for a Sentinel display, and it turned into, you know, little details, this, that, and the other thing. But and this is just the side of it. We got a good old electrical box that I made out of just wood, and that little thing right there that you see is just from an e-cigarette cut down. You know, those single e-cigarettes have caps. So I just cut that down, and that's a straw with some wiring, just to make it, you know, a little brick action there. Gotta do the brakes, little no parking sign. So yeah, that's basically it. And yeah, I'm pretty pumped how it came out. And next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to do a rooftop. So you can do a rooftop display, rooftop dial. Down to do one of those. So yeah, you know, as always, thanks for tuning in. Click, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I'll check you on the page, guys. See you later. Oh yeah, real quick, if you actually want to make one of these, a little piece of a quarter of a building, you know, just, you can make it how tall you want it, but, you know, real easy, 3 pieces. You know, 2 sides of the building, little piece of roof, and you're good to go. The magnets just go on the, add in magnets where you need it. You know, I got mine on the side here. That's connected to the inside, and I only put 2. I should have done one down there, but I didn't. I'm just cutting corners, but basically that's it. 3 pieces, and you're good to go. Set it up. Boom. Boom. Straighten it out. Turn it around. Boom. Grab the roof. Good to go. Go make something.
That's crispy.